Natalie coming into live Spirit and Coffee. Got my coffee here. Coming on a little bit later. Mm, just wanna. I mean, things are just getting. We're in the twilight zone right now. And I can tell you that emotions are stirring all over the place, even for me. Um, and I share what's coming up for me. Authentically and real, because I want you guys to know that as a spiritual alchemist, as a practitioner of the work of spiritual alchemy, we don't deny any of the feelings that come up. So if I get crazy out of control, I'm going to totally take ownership for my craziness, because that's what we do. That's how we transcend and transmute the energy that's coming up. That's part of cleansing the ego. Right now, we're at battle with the ego. We're at battle with something greater than we even understand or maybe even can control. The only thing that is going to release us from this craziness is our surrender to God, our faith, and what we have internally. Is that easy to do for some? Maybe not. Some people are very scientific minded, don't believe in and have faith in stuff. Others that do will pray and have belief. Some of the things that are starting to surface that are sort of infuriating me, and I can tell you that what's happening to me is that I'm sort of starting to feel the fury or the fire inside of me, the fire energy that wants to fight, the fire energy that wants to lash out, the fire energy that wants to speak up and stand up in the face of what is happening right now. Why? Because I love people. I love humanity. I love us. I think that we, at the core of us, have a lot of good in us, but there are forces that deny us to believe that we are good enough. There are those forces that come in, the dark matter, the dark energy, the lies, the deception, the manipulation, and all that's going on right now. And we were reading the four agreements, right? It's never make assumptions. Right now, we're left to assumptions because we're not getting the information that we need, right? And so don't take anything personally. However, I can say that yes, I love the four agreements and I love what they're saying, but now is the time to look at the facts and speak out. For me, I can tell you the fury that's coming up in me is the fact that they pollute our skies with a bunch of chemicals. Okay. Now, I don't know in your countries or your cities or states or regions or wherever you're at. Good morning, Alpha. I don't know who's on here, and I don't know. Please say where you're from. Please let me know what's going on in your place during this time. I would um, love to know if there's chemtrails going on in your areas. I would love to know if you guys are still on lockdown, and what's kind of happening in your countries. I'd like to hear firsthand from the individuals, not the news, because I believe that us people are the news. I can't even say that I trust anybody at this point except God, because of what is starting to happen around the world. So the fact of the matter is that I'm starting to feel the fury and wanting to lash back. Is this a bad thing? No. Is it a good thing? Maybe not. Depends on how it shows up. Do I have control over it? Yes. But I'm tired of not speaking out about the things that I know from a deeper perspective. I'm sick of people calling individuals conspiracy theorists, because we're not conspiracy. Good morning, Ralph Williams. We're simply trying to get information out to people so that they're prepared. That's what people do. Now, we can dive deep into the conspiracy theories and we can go a little bit off, into the weeds about it. It's just understanding the facts of what's going on. You guys go outside and look in the skies. You can see planes dumping chemicals. Doesn't take a rocket scientist. That's what we have eyes for that, right? We have eyes to see what is going on. We can hear things, we can smell, we can taste. Our body is a great indication about what is going on the external. We can see it. So for someone to downright and outright deny it when we're looking at it, it's like you can't deny something that's there, and then we're the ones left to be what? That we're crazy? We're not crazy. We're simply stating the facts. Now, factually, I don't know what chemicals they're putting into the sky. I don't know that. But I'm asking people, give me answers. Who has the answers to tell me what chemicals? Do I get any answers? People will send me articles, but I don't know specifically what's happening in my own state. Okay. So my question to you guys is, what is going on in your place? Are you guys seeing chemtrails? What is happening? And what is it that you're not going to stand for? I will no longer keep my mouth quiet. Today we had our state auditor get on live, and I did ask the question. I said, this is probably off topic. I know you guys are talking about the bailout and giving money to the state and stuff, and that's really what he does, but he's connected politically. So I said, what's going on with the chemtrails? And the response I got was they didn't release chemtrails at something at night. I wasn't talking about whatever video was going around. I was talking about, I was out yesterday all day, right? Um, and I went out yesterday. You should have seen our skies. I'm glad, Alpha Mike. Where are you from, Alpha? Tell me, please. And I was very sad to see, and it was the most polluted skies I have ever seen. I mean, it was just ridiculous. My eyes were burning from Joyzy. Do you guys talk like that? Joyzy and coffee. The coffee. I'm probably really bad at my accents. I can't do them. Sorry. Laugh out loud sometimes. Cool. I like your accents. I think they're so beautiful. Okay. Anyway, um so it, have you guys had any chemtrails lately at all ever? What is happening in your guys' states? Please tell me. Are you guys on complete lockdown? Um what's going on with anybody chime in and share. I'd love to hear. Sort of, I haven't been doing these at the same time, and so I haven't been getting a lot of views on my Facebook live, which is fine. But typically get views from around the world, and I don't know what's really happening in other countries. I know that some countries are on total lockdown until the 31st, and then they're probably going to extend it. But really, when we think about this, we have entered, and I put a post out there, we have entered the twilight zone at this point, the final season of the Twilight Zone. I get messages from my spiritual people. Now, here's the deal, and this is all about spiritual alchemy, right? Like, what do we do? How do we utilize the tools? First of all, allow yourself to go through any emotion you're going through. You don't have to hold back. That is the problem with our society, is that we hold back emotion. Feel the emotion, speak about it, and then take action on what it is that you want to do to support you through that process. That is a practice that we come up with. For me, I have fury about what they're doing to our skies. I just want them to stop spraying the sky, period. End of story. Just stop it. Okay. But they're not, and they continue to. And I don't know how to get them to stop. And then it feels like it's out of my control. And why should I have to surrender when this is God's house? They're making blasphemy in God's house. It just really bothers me. Jesus Christ did this. Um, he went down and he said, quit making a mockery of God's house. And I think at this point, that's what we're doing. We're just making a mockery of God's house. Like, we were gifted this beautiful planet, and we have this opportunity right now that we're in a pause to stop the bullshit. But no, they're continuing to do fracking. They're continuing to put chemtrails in the sky. They're continuing. And then they're like, well, we're going to give you money. And then everybody's happy. What is the hell is money going to do for us? Literally, we could survive without money. I don't know if people get that. Like, all we need to do is grow our own food and have shelter. Like, we could live off the bare minimum. But we're so used to the luxury that people want to live in the luxury. They want to go back to that, or they want things to be simple. And yeah, it might be harder to carry your water from the well to your house, but we were getting exercise then. We were moving around. We weren't just sitting on our booties. We were moving. We were up. We were actually doing something. We were working with nature. Things have gotten so easy for us. And am I part of that? Yes, because I do live in society. I'm not taking myself outside the equation. If I was truly to go to the mountains and live off the earth, would I survive? I might die. um Littering, that's why next podcast on Friday is about. Yeah, and that's, littering and all the everything. Literally, that is what, okay, I thought it said littering. Goes again. Literally, that is what my next podcast is on the Friday. About what? Is it about the chemtrails? Or is it about us making this earth blasphemy and treading all over it and doing all kinds of crap to our earth instead of just loving our planet, surviving on your own. Oh, I love that. That would be an awesome one to listen to. So I will listen to yours. I'll be honest, I don't listen to podcasts because I'm so busy doing other stuff. I do mine and get off and then I do my day. But I will listen to it. I will go on and listen to that. Be very good to know. I have friends. And I will say that people are sending me some spiritual messages as well. Like this is all an illusion. This is all a dream. I know that, right? I understand that. But it really, in a way, it's not either. So someone sent me something like, oh, it's all an illusion. It's okay. And it's like, yeah, we could play at the level of that this is an illusion. Playing at that level means that you're denying the actual flesh that we live in. And that's fine. You could play at that level. There's nothing wrong with that. But I go between worlds. I go between the physical and the spiritual world. I move between both. Yeah, I get that this is an illusion. Yeah, I get that it's game, but some people are truly suffering. And that for me hurts my heart. It hurts my soul. It hurts me because I have compassion for human. I have compassion for the human race. I have compassion and love. And I want to do the best that I can to support people the way that I know how, and that's giving love and compassion. So even if this is an illusion in a story, oh, don't worry, it's an illusion in a story, and then someone stabs you in the heart, that's going to hurt. Like someone shoots you in the leg, you're going to feel the pain. And then if someone told you that's an illusion, you think that's the right thing to tell a person at the time that they're feeling that pain and suffering? No, I think some compassion could come in and say, oh, yeah, that probably did hurt, you know? Or you lose somebody and it feels real. Even though it's an illusion, it feels real. Why? Because we have senses, we feel things. We're creatures that feel things. So there's two levels to it. If you feel great and you're feeling perfect and you can meditate and go to the ether and, go above the illusion, awesome. Most people are not there. Most people are in the suffering. They don't know how to transcend the suffering at this point. So what do I do? Support people so that they understand that they have the tools and abilities to do that they can overcome. And that we as a human race can overcome if we get our head out of our ass. Okay. And I'm just going to say it like that. Excuse my French, but pull your head out of your ass and start to recognize that we're making a mockery of God's house for real. And we're all part of it. I'm not going to say I'm not part of it. I'm not going to say Natalie's not a part of it because I live in the world. I live in the social world. I live in a city. But sometimes it feels like it's too much for us to take on. Like, how can I myself take on this big thing that it's almost like the giant, right? And the only way that I know how is to call to God. God will come with the sword more mighty than anything. And I looked at the people, and hopefully the people that represent our state and maybe representatives, I don't know, but I think it's really time to open your eyes and decide who you want to play with. You want to play on God's side or you want to play on the physical ego side. Now, that's not as a warning to be fearful. It's as a reminder that if you reap the short-term benefits and play in the ego sandbox, you will be swallowed by the ego. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Okay? You are a Samson in Goliath world. Yes. I mean, it just feels that way, right? I think we all feel that way. Like, how do we battle this giant? It's just like exhausting, you guys. It's so exhausting. But today I woke up and said, you're a warrior of God. Get your butt up and get moving because I've been feeling so drained with all the chemicals and all of this, everything that's just, it's heavy as all heck. So keep your bodies as nurtured as possible. Do your workouts as much as you can. Keep your body moving. Like I'm going to do a workout after this because I have to keep my body strong and ready for whatever else is coming. That's our responsibility. We can't force other people to do it, right? But you guys are powerful. That banana bread looks really good. I will not be eating the banana bread. So we're doing the social distancing, but my auntie lives next door to us, and so she made banana bread. Um, and I exchanged some creamer for her, but I don't drink creamer, but I went into the store and got her some creamer. So she's like, I'll make you banana bread. I said, okay, that's cool. Um, so, we're learning to barter and trade over here, which is awesome. But I personally can't eat the banana bread because I'm trying to stay in with my eating clean as much as possible so that I can stay strong, because start going off on the weeds and oh my God, then I don't have the strength. And like you were talking about, um, with your survival skills, right? That we're not going to have banana bread if we're out in the field, right, Ralph? We have to learn how to make do with what we have in the area. And that means sacrificing some of the pleasures in life that we were so used to. We didn't have ice cream back in the day, right? We didn't have some of the little pleasures that we engage in now. Um, we still have those. So we have a lot to be grateful for this time still, yes, and always have something to be grateful for. But I'm still going to speak my truth about what the hell they're doing to our world right now. I'm really sick of it. I really wish that I can just get in front of all these people and tell them, you need to stop, because I'm calling God right now. I'm calling God. I'm calling on God, and they can laugh at me and they can think that I'm silly and I'm stupid, or they could think that they're God, and that, I think that's what they think. They think they're God. They think they're God. Our world is effed up. I'm just going to say it like that. There's nothing wrong with banana bread. Oh, I know, Tori. I need to talk to you about being able to just eat what I want. The problem is that I'll eat it all. That's the problem. I know there's nothing wrong with it, but I start eating that stuff and it's almost like something triggers in me that I can't stop. Sorry, laugh out loud. No, don't worry. It's okay. You're welcome to cuss on this. I mean, I was cussing this morning, and I'm starting to feel really, um, oh, I don't know. I'm starting to feel very, the fury starting to, namaste to you too. Starting to feel the fury of like the fire energy in me is starting to ignite, and like the phoenix is starting to rise, and like I want to spew fire on these people, and that's how I feel. And I'm not going to deny those feelings. I'm going to speak them out. Am I going to do it? I will fight with my words. I will be able to fight with God's words and ask for the guidance. And that's what you do. Give me the guidance and the right words to communicate that with clarity and an understanding, that I put the right questions in front of these people who will be held accountable for what has happened in our states, in our cities, who will be held accountable. And if anybody goes like, oh, not me, it's like, really? Okay, guess what? God knows. You ain't gonna tell me. You could lie to me all day, because who am I? Nobody. But God knows. Okay? Watering my little, enjoying the patio. Yay, Sandra. How is your skies out there? Are they doing chemtrails where you live? I'm so over it, man. Like, literally got on yesterday and started telling them, you better make your choice, because God is going to come, and you continue to do this to God's house, you better choose wisely. People are afraid when you tell them that, when you tell them the truth. Why are they afraid? If it wasn't true, why would they be scared? They wouldn't be, right? It's crazy. And so for me, I need to get moving. I need to start moving around so that I don't stay completely stagnant. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys. It's like, Ralph's going to say, how do you survive, when all this passes? Well, part of survival is moving. You can't just stay still. Like, literally, if you were in the wild and something was coming after you, you're just going to stay still. No, you're going to run your little butt off. Now, you may not outrun the thing, but you're not going to just stay there. You're going to move. Okay, movement is critical at this time. I don't care. Don't just sit there. Don't sleep all day. Try to get up, do some jumping jacks. I don't know, do some lunges across your house. I don't care what you're doing. I don't know if you're even allowed to go outside. I am. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to go, because I the fury inside me is going to get so, I'm going to explode. And God knows what'll happen then. Yes, chemtrails. Where are you, Sandra? Please share where you're from, because the chemtrails are really Houston. Can I ask your age? Yes. If you don't mind. How old do I sound? Since all you can hear is my voice. According to, I'll tell you how old I am. I'm not past telling you. I just want to know how old I sound. That's kind of a funny question for me. Do I sound like a kid? Sometimes I think I sound like a little girl. Um, I don't want to be rude or wrong. No, it's okay. I'll tell you how old I am. I don't really care. Age doesn't matter to me. But I just want to know how old I sound because all you're hearing is audio at this point. I actually do a live stream so you could see my face. I sound 24. Wow. I like that. I hope I look 24. I definitely probably don't look 24. Or maybe I do. I don't know. Um, so no, I will be 40. So I'm gonna be 40 in about in a couple of months, actually. In May, we'll be 40. I was born on May 6th, the same day as Sigmund Freud. Crazy. 41 in June for me. Ah, awesome. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday to those who are gonna have a birthday coming up. So glad I sound young. 24 is a good age to sound, I guess. Mm, yeah, I think I have a young sounding voice. I think I always have a little and then when I talk like a little girl, I sound like even younger, I'm sure. But no, I'm older. Um and I've done a lot of research and reading, and I really need to get to my readings, is what I need to do. But I've noticed another thing is that I've been paying attention to social media more, and I need to disconnect. And I think it's because of the social distancing is like the ability to connect with people feels even higher for me, even before it wasn't this heightened to want to connect to people. So it's doing the opposite for me. It's making me want to connect even more. And so I think that's the challenging piece for me. So disconnect from your social media, do your research, do some reading. Now's the time. I could share books. I mean, there are some very heavy books that I read, you guys, that, I could share them with you guys. And I don't know if you're not a spiritual alchemist and don't practice this work, might be a little bit like, what? I don't get it. Because not because you're not smart, but because you have to have sort of a foundational understanding of spiritual alchemy. And then as you ascend, you start to understand a little bit more. There's a lot of interconnections between it. And that's why when I talk, I can go from one story to the next. They're all interconnected in some way because everything is interconnected. Nothing is outside of itself. So we can all peg it down to a few things, right, in life. Um, so why is it such a dramatic factor? Okay, I was only asking because since we are the same age almost, we can talk about chemtrails. We both know we've seen um, them since we were kids. So why is it such a dramatic factor now? The chemtrails, I didn't necessarily see them in Albuquerque when I was a kid, to be honest with you. We didn't have them. Um, in Albuquerque, our skies were always clear, super clear. In fact, they were so clear that when I would go visit LA or other cities, I felt very, very saddened by the fact that their skies were so polluted. We didn't recently had chemtrails happen, and they're starting to get worse. And that's what the factor is the fact that they have gotten worse and they've clouded our skies um, to the point where I'm not getting as much sunshine as I used to get when I was little, and it sort of makes me depressed. So New Mexico has had beautiful skies. We're called the land of enchantment. And the land of enchantment, because if you saw it before they started spewing out all these damn chemicals, you would see that our skies were so crystal clear, beautiful skies, superb. And now I don't get, it's like I'm lucky if I get one day of that now. And it's really hard for me because I love the outdoors. I love our skies. I love the beauty of nature. I love to connect to the sun, and that's just not happening. And it's almost like a flower that slowly dies when we don't have our sun. I've seen them growing up, and yeah, I know the difference between chemtrails and exhaust chills. Yeah, there's a huge difference. Um, they Yesterday was probably the worst I've seen it. Apparently, other people were talking about it and said that it had been really bad here in New Mexico. I guess I just didn't realize it, or I wasn't outside enough to notice. But the chemtrails were so thick yesterday. I got my eyes were burning so bad. I was my eyes were just they turned so red, and I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. What the hell are they putting in our skies? And it just really upset me. um, so I think that that's probably why I'm a lot more sensitive to it. I don't think they are a good thing. I don't trust it, but we've survived this far. Yeah, and that's true. And if you grew up with it and it's a norm for you, I think that you've probably just become attuned to it, acculturated to it, or I don't know if that's the right word, but you've sort of this is something that you're used to. I'm not. I'm not, and it bothers me a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. That's why I couldn't live in bigger cities because of the pollution. Like literally, I have asthma. And so I know that this whole virus thing and all this stuff, really, they're throwing chemicals in the sky. That impacts my asthma all the time. Secondhand smoke, being in places where people smoke cigarettes, all of that stuff really impacts my lungs and my ability to breathe. The only thing I'm allergic to is cats, and when I'm around cats, I can't breathe. But other than that, I'm fine. So allergies, not a problem for me. But these chemtrails and smoke and all this stuff, it impacts me and my lungs big time. Ever thought of nanotechnology with this? Yeah, I think I don't know what they're doing. The reality is we can make all these assumptions. I just have absolutely no idea what they're doing. I've, yet to talk to our representatives about what it is, and that's something that I am going to do. And I'm going to reach out to them and find out what the heck they're doing, and they need to stop. I'm sick of it, beyond belief, sick of it. And they can get mad at me or they can tell me to shut up, but I'm not going to. So good luck. I'm not going away. I will be the thorn on their side. And they'll probably, I'm not the popular kid. Trust me, never have been. And I'm not about to be the popular kid, and I really don't care. So there you go. I'm more concerned about living a fruitful life that God gave us than to be win a popularity contest on who likes me and who doesn't like me, because I want the masses to follow what the hell I say. Don't follow what I say. Do your own research. Um, you know, I people don't like me. That's okay. People have unfriended me. That's okay. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I've said this a billion gazillion times, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to shut up and not say things. I'm going to speak up, and I'm going to be firm. And I think that that's something that we get to do as humanity, right? As a human race, we get to speak our truth. I'm not here to win a popularity contest. I'm not here to be voted on as the best, as mayor or something else. I don't want you to vote me in. I want you to vote God in. Why don't you vote for God? Why don't we all vote for God to come and figure this out? I vote God. I vote God in all of this, you guys. That's the only one I trust at this point. I don't be trusting anyone else in this Twilight Zone world that we're living in at this point. Okay, so there you have it. That is Spirit and Coffee. You guys have a blessed day ever. I'm gonna try to get on super early tomorrow. I've been trying to get up early, and man, I'm just so exhausted. I can't even describe the exhaustion I'm feeling. I'm trying to stay as healthy as possible for everybody, for myself. But I am sensitive. I will say that I've always had, medical issues like strep throat a lot. I used to get, I have asthma, my iron deficiency. I've had some issues growing up. My system is very, very fragile, and I know that, and that's why I eat as clean as I can and I work out to stay healthy. Um, but I can tell you that I can feel the chemicals in the air because my body's responding to it in not the best of ways. But I know how to counter that, so that's good. At least I know how to use um, God's remedy to counter that. Um, so stay strong. Stay firm. Know that you guys are loved. Know that you're God. And don't be afraid to speak up, even if you sound like the crazy. Even if they call you a conspiracy theorist. Here's the deal. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a strategist. I'm a strategist, whatever you call it. But regardless, I use strategies, not conspiracies. I listen to the what's going on. I look around me and then I come up with my own strategy to engage. Okay? So stop using the word conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. It's look at the sky. There's chemtrails. You can't say there's not. That's dumb. If somebody says no, there has not been chemtrails, I'm like, really? Because I could record them and show you that there are. Can't deny that. Now, what's in them, I don't know. But I'm going to take precautions and I'm going to take measures to make sure that I stay healthy based on the information that I receive, not as a conspiracy theorist, but as a strategic planner. Okay? It's a game of chess. You get to move how you want to move. I know how I'm going to move. How are you going to move? Okay? You get to move the way that you choose to. Don't stay stuck in the concept and the theory. Actually take action for your life, okay? That's what we do as spiritual alchemists. Take action on it, okay? This is me taking action. All right. So I love you guys. Have a great day. Thank you guys for chiming in. I appreciate, all of that. And thank you so much for sharing this podcast. Thank you for the gifts or whatever I was received. I don't know how that works, but Ralph, I do appreciate you for constantly getting on here and sharing it. And I love the fact that you're doing How to Survive on Your Own. That's great. I look forward to listening to that. So have a great day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yay.
Good morning, everybody. Natalie.